So my background, Dave pretty much gave it. I did entrepreneurial stuff all through college. I was working with my brother. I was lucky he had a startup before me that was really successful, but I didn't want to work with my brother my whole freaking life. I've been miserable. Although we're like best friends, we've probably been doing Alex the Baller. That was amazing. I love listening to your stories. That was incredible. If my co-founder and I were struggling, like strangling each other on the floor, I can only imagine what our company would think. So I had all this. I was getting all this entrepreneurial experience. I didn't want to work for my brother. I said, okay, well, let's do this. And so I worked in marketing, and then I worked in sales, and I worked in finance. And I worked in all these different departments of this company. Then I went and worked venture capital to get kind of the next evolution of a startup. And then when the bankers started coming around to my brother's company, I was like, okay, I want to do that so I can learn how to do acquisitions and IPOs and the next evolution of a startup. So that was the whole full circle. And then when the YouTube Google deal came along, I was like, this is it. Because now it's what I love, which is media and film, mixing it with the internet. And I know a lot of you probably don't naturally think brick and mortar entrepreneurship to begin with. And the way I was thinking about it in college is how can I do, this guy came in one time in our lecture series. I don't think you have a pen. But he's basically like, how can you do that double jump? How can you skip a couple levels in business? And I started thinking about it. Thanks. I started thinking about it, and the way to go toe-to-toe with people that are 3 levels higher than you is the wave of our generation, which is the internet, right? And the wave of really the generation now is mobile, and what Alex is doing. So code, yes, but learn how to code on mobile, because that's really it's all going. And so internet I definitely wanted to be in, and so that was the whole opportunity, how it came. Dave wanted me to mention the longer story of how my co-founder and I met. So I was like, okay, I know I want to work in media. I know I want to work in online video. I'm just going to make a list of every single person I possibly think could help me in this process through LinkedIn and through reading a million articles. And then I just started calling and trying to connect with them and trying to go to conferences. And this is all at the same time where you're working over 100 hours a week. So I know it's possible for anyone to do while I was a banker in San Francisco. And eventually, people told me to talk to this guy named Rich Radin. He was running the LA Film Festival, and I knew his family, and so it all worked out. He came up to San Francisco. We walked around at Skywalker Ranch. We walked around Ewok Lake, which is where Lucas has his thing, and we brewed up movie clips, and the rest is history.